I just wanted to, I guess make a documentation during this time. Yeah. I did this with Timmy too. Um, so how do you feel right now? Didn't kill it at all, or?
What, going outside? No.
Yeah.
No.
You still feel really good?
Yeah.
But you know what? That when you said I might have been able to take twice this.
Mhm.
Did you think about actually taking the rest of what I had when you said that?
I didn't know you brought any more.
I do have more.
No, I didn't think about it because I would have wanted to do it earlier, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Because
not
they're like
considering
half.
doing it because I would probably have a seizure.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't want to take any. Well,
I can't imagine feeling twice this good. Like, if that were to be happening, I might actually have a seizure.
no, I definitely wouldn't have a seizure.
You might have a higher tolerance naturally.
That could be.
I think you do. If you're still not hallucinating like I am.
Like, I'm getting mild hallucinations at best. I got some outside of the fence.
You were staring at the fence?
Yeah, where the light was hitting the fence, you could see all the, like, those, like, fucking hole marks. Those, like, black marks all over the fence.
Oh,
They're, like, popping out.
I've seen that on acid. They look like eyeballs. I know exactly what you're talking about, but that's not the kind of hallucination this is. Like, I know what you're talking about.
They didn't look like. I'm not saying they look like eyeballs. I'm just saying it made it like pop out and look really weird to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm just using my own mind as a reference to looking at a fence. And I've never actually stared at a fence on mescaline. I just remember being on acid and they look legitimately like eyeballs. But it doesn't seem like that could possibly happen with these hallucinations. These are like... It just seems like I'm enveloped in haze that won't clear. But I can see clearly.
You mean your brain's in a haze?
No, it's like, it looks like the wall, it looks like there's... It doesn't look like there's smoke in the room with us. But when I look at the wall and when I look at the ceiling, it looks like there's this depth into it. Like you're like looking into a thick smoke cloud. You know how like some parts of the smoke it's like thicker, and then it like in some areas it's not as thick. It's like swimming around like that in consistency.
Yes.
That's the best I can describe like the way that like everything looks. It looks like I can see into, even though I know the ceiling's only between like a quarter of an inch in depth, just a quarter of an inch, half an inch, an eighth of an inch, in that, just somewhere in that same span everywhere. It looks like it's by a couple of feet, and it's like swimming around, like the depth is swimming back and forth between a quarter of an inch and like 2 feet. It looks occasionally like the ceiling is 50 feet off the ground, and I'm looking at something that's like 50 feet high, and then all of a sudden it zooms up to like almost right in front of my face. It's like the dimension, kind of like with the closet doors, how they kept like coming up to my face, and then like I'd look while I'm watching the movie, and then when I look at the doors, they get like back into place. It feels like the dimensions are changing on me, like suddenly it's legitimately looking like that's 50 feet off the ground.
Your depth perception's different now.
Yeah, but I'm completely aware of it. That's the thing. I feel like I'm like 1 inch tall, laying on a micro couch, and then all of a sudden the couch feels like it blows up to almost the room stays the same, and then the couch just explodes like almost up to the ceiling, and now I'm like this giant laying on this huge couch. That's what it feels like. It's like, and this kind of shit doesn't happen on like mushrooms or acid. This is like, I mean, the other times I took mescaline, well, that just wasn't as good as stuff as this. Because it felt like this. It felt good, but and those were gel tabs. Somebody, either I got really fresh stuff or somebody just knows what they're doing. Because this is like, what would you say? We took like a hit and a half.
Yeah, something like that. If it were. Yeah.
So it's like, if we were to take 2 hits of this stuff, or like,
I think that'd be good.
I just can't imagine like.
I don't know what.
I would
taking it
probably
in the
have
middle
a.
would feel like though.
Huh?
I said I don't know if like popping more now.
I can't imagine that. It seems.
I don't think that would be. I don't know.
It seems like there's so much going on in my mind that if I were to put it through more than this, I'd have a seizure. It's just. It seems like so much serotonin is being
think I
used.
would have to take 2 hits to just get to where you're at.
So just a little bit more than what you took.
Yeah,
You think you're
I
just
don't- I
barely
think-
not where I am
I
then?
think you're higher than me because my depth perception's not all like warped out.
Well,
I
it's
don't
weird
feel
because it
like-
only happens when I stare at something for a bit. Like it doesn't happen if I'm moving around. But if I look at that wall, or if I look at the ceiling for longer than like 30 seconds, just all of a sudden it's like I'm engaging, I'm shrinking in size and then blowing up to giant, like, while being completely aware that I am not completely out of my mind to the point where I can't appreciate it. Like if this were to be happening on mushrooms or acid, I wouldn't be able to appreciate it like this, because all the memories I have when I'm on those things, it's like while it's happening, my mind is so manifested that I can't appreciate it until I remember it later on. But this is like, I'm comfortable. I feel really comfortable in the mind. If that makes any sense. Am I making sense?
A little bit, but
Oh,
when you listen to this gibberish later, you're gonna be.
shit, I better hit stop.